Hey, thanks a lot, Josh, for coming out.
Yes,
As you know, I'm a middle school teacher, and I really have a heart to see my students succeed. And for my 3 years of teaching at Faux High, I really saw a lot of my students just fall behind, and I did what I could do to get a hold of them. And I know that you're a senior at Etiwana High School.
Yeah.
And so you're getting ready to graduate, and I wanted to interview you today so that you could possibly just share your story. And I have a few questions for you. And so hopefully that students who see this, they can learn maybe from some mistakes that you made, but also some good things that you also did. So thanks a lot, man, for being willing to interview here.
No problem, man. No problem.
Cool. So tell me, what was your perception of high school when you were coming in as a freshman?
My perception, I'm telling you, man, coming in from 8th grade was just, it was crazy. When I remember that first day of high school, man, I went in and I was like, this is different, this is a whole different kind of world. It's totally different from this. It's like moving up a whole 10 years of age, man. Just going into high school was just so many new kids. And I went in thinking that high school was just going to be a breeze, You see in the movies, high school's fun, popularity, games, all this stuff. And, wasn't exactly all that I made it out to be, man, I was told there was going to be food, from different restaurants there. You buy fast food there, and you still have the lunch lady cooking your food, which was different, man. But I was like, hey, all right, I can do this,
Cool. Tell me one or two positive influences that were poured into your life that showed you, or the reason why that would be a good reason to pursue education and to do good in school.
Two positive influences. One, I definitely have to say my family, my parents, and definitely my brother went to that high school, and he was sick, mostly all of his 4 years, in and out of the hospital. I remember one year he practically lived there and did high school there, man. I mean, he was taking books there and doing his work, and kept a 3.6, just all of his years, man, just working hard. And that was definitely an influence for me, to see how my brother struggled so much, to do high school and to do sickness and try to live a normal life. So my influence was definitely to try to be, the best that I can, at what I do, and just to make my parents proud. Definitely a big influence was church for me, man. Just all the guys in my church, we get together every Wednesday, man, and just, definitely it was like, it felt like I had a backup, man, just going into high school every day. I felt like I had, guys behind me, willing to be there for me. So definitely, me personally, church was definitely just a big thing that helped me keep going. A lot of the guys who had already been through high school, I'd seen them and the success in their lives. And just those guys who always got me through it.
Awesome. Swinging on the other end of the pendulum, name a few influences now that pulled you away from school and caused you to be like, school's kind of lame,
Well, Sam, dude, I'd have to say the people in high school, man. It's definitely it's a whole other scene coming from middle school and high school. They're two different worlds and two different sets of people. It's a different culture. You can say just the people in high school are so much more alive in a sense of the way they do things. That's the right way, and you see that and you're like, man, I want that. This is how I'm supposed to be in high school. They set a standard, they set a bar, in high school. The kids themselves, and you almost feel like when you get there, oh man, I have to meet this standard. I have to meet this bar, and you do personally whatever you have to do to meet that standard. Whether it's changing yourself physically, changing yourself mentally. Sometimes you have to lower yourself and intelligent wise to fit in. It's now cool to be dumb in high school. And even spiritually, sometimes that world in high school calls you sometimes to leave your spiritual life. And that's definitely a big influence. Is the kids there? It's you see that world, and it's so wanting, you want it so much to fit in. Right. High school is definitely your life away from home. It's definitely home away from home. It's where you go every single day at 8 o'clock, man. You're there for half the day, dude, and you feel like, you know, this is another family, and you have to fit in there, and it's hard.